What is up, everybody? It's the Brew Breath Podcast, episode number 53. And, so, what was we talking about a second ago?
So we were discussing how Gen Z and like the future generation of kids are completely and utterly screwed because of the way things are going in society and just the things that they grow up with now. I mean, even in the past, they grew up. We were talking about like programs and certain songs that kids listen to, that just it kind of makes them a little bit. It stupefies them a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
And I was just saying that these future generations, based off everything that's going right now and just how easy it is to just become a zombie in a way, like be addicted to your phone, be addicted to TikTok, and that's like your primary source of news or information. Um, Look up to these celebrities, and this is what a role model is. And it's just, it's way more screwed than before, because back in the day, at least in my day when I was growing up, things were already, because things weren't perfect ever. But it was a little bit easier to be a kid, kind of, than now. Like, I remember I used to be playing on all I knew in the day was I didn't have any phone, I didn't have any social media. All I knew in the day was going out to ride my bike in front of the building. That's it.
Yeah.
So now we're at a point where these kids are growing up and they're like, immediately shoved down their throat is, oh, you have a mental condition. Oh, you don't know about your identity. Oh, that's
Yeah.
not politically correct. Like, it's a child. It's a kid.
Yeah.
Like, kids are not allowed to figure out anything by themselves anymore.
That's
So
true. Yeah, that's
now
what
we're becoming a factory to breed certain illnesses, to breed, because the mind is very sensitive. So do enough pushing at a young age, and you're gonna create a person who is gonna be disassociative, who doesn't know how to cope with people, who maybe a lot of suicidal kids too. Like, it's
Yeah.
just
Well, on the note of that, like a lot of things that used to happen different now that and I saw that doesn't happen is like, well, it probably happens in other people's homes, and I didn't see this happen when my family came through and shit, but like when like the let's say like the adults come in, they bring the young ones, they'll leave like the young ones, like let's say two boys come through,
is this
they're
in
like.
Pakistan or are you talking about
No,
here?
over here,
Okay.
Like, I mean, it doesn't matter. It'll be it's because it's behavior. It
Okay,
can
okay.
happen everywhere. But
Yeah.
like, let's say if I went to my cousin's house, right, and I had older cousins. My mom would all come in, and then my mom would, everybody would say hi to the mom, and everybody, and then my mom would go, all right, now go with him.
Like with your
Like
sibling.
go or
Yeah.
like your cousin or like the closest person to your age.
Yeah.
Go with that person, bore them or what annoy
Yeah, like
whatever
leave me
you.
alone.
Yeah, go with them,
Right.
and that's how you develop how to be older because you're hanging with the older cousin. He's just clicking through YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
You just sit down, you listen, you
Right.
talk.
Yeah, that's
Like
how I used to be.
that doesn't
Yeah.
happen now. It's like they come in, they stick with their parents, which I was wilded out. My cousins came through. The youngest, they're not my cousins is the older ones. My cousins actually have kids, so they're
Okay.
my nieces and
Nephews?
nephews.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like we're all still like around the same age. They're like in their teenage years. I'm 20. We're probably like 10 years apart.
Yeah.
So, cause I'm the youngest one in the family, so like the connection is I guess like people also now they'd be like I don't want to bother nobody with sticking my kids around it or some
Right.
shit like that. But what that also does it creates like I would like if somebody does that like if my cousin had done that, it will create like a bond between me and my nephews.
Right.
Like I'm like almost a little forced to like kind of interact with them,
Right.
and they're kind of forced to interact with
with
me,
you. Mm-hmm.
so we can. Cause like the only interaction I had with these guys was like, "Yo, do you want water?" And they were like, "No," and then they say yes, and that's
That's
all
it.
I had. You know what I'm saying? Like no, nobody's like, I don't know. Maybe the kids don't really know me that much either. But I feel
But
like
it doesn't
it's
matter.
the family's, the parents' job to kind of like,
Of
hey, yeah,
course.
we don't come here that often, so just
So
go
go.
fucking talk
Go
to this
with
nigga.
him,
Like,
yeah.
if he don't want to dip, he'll say like, all right, guys, like I'm gonna dip out, like,
Yeah.
do my thing,
Right.
whatever. But yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't care, but it's like I see
No,
how
but
the
you're
young
right.
kids are being raised.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm pretty sure there's still parents that do that shit. Like, but
Yeah, but now
it's not a lot.
now the mainstream thing is not that
Before,
anymore.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Before, we would go to my cousin's house, right? Like, not here in Pakistan. Like, we'll all be young kids. Like when I was like 12 or something, or like even younger than that, like 10.
Yeah.
All of us, like different ages of kids of cousins, would be hanging out together, like all ages, like
Yeah.
some older ones, younger ones, like so, and we would get in a lot of like trouble or get hurt a lot all
But
the
that's
time.
the point.
Yeah, like I had a bad. People would put their hands by the door, by the back, like that's closing shit. They'll put their hands in there, and then I'll try to close the door, and it'll be a lot of that, a lot of crying. Those moments of like, damn, you hit your cousin. Like, he's crying, and his mom comes up, and like, he was being a bitch. Like he deserved this shit.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the whole point. That's the experience.
That's the experience. You get hurt. Like, your parents was never supposed to care. Once you made it to the family's house, it's home base. You just
That's it.
They die here. They die here, bro. Like it wasn't meant to go on that long. Like if they can't survive just hanging out with a bunch of kids, like this is dangerous. You ever been in a bouncy house?
Yeah, that shit is so
They'll
crazy.
stomp all over you. Like they'll trample. Like if you
crazy.
fall,
You're fucked.
or like if the bouncy house is full of kids and everybody tries to get out at one time, like at like a birthday party, like if you're in the bouncy house, you're like, hey, bouncing, 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 and then like food, and then everybody just fucking rushes that shit, and you're like, oh my god, Jesus, Allah, somebody say, like, bro, you can't breathe. You a kid, you don't know how to breathe. When you get hurt, somebody steps on your back, you're like,
yeah, no,
and you're like, is this it? Is this it? I don't know how to breathe right. What happened? As a kid, be like, yo, what happened to you?
Yo, that's a fact. But yeah, no, man. I mean, shit. I mean, it's really turning into and
you can't even like yo, my other homie has a kid, right? And he's thinking about homeschooling his daughter, and like.
I mean, but do you know what the crazy
with the homeschool, like it's like you miss out on the interactions, but nowadays these interactions are so like
but that's
simulated.
what I'm saying. Now it gets complicated now because
the interactions are scripted almost.
Like, no.
Like I feel like a 10-year-old walks up to another 10-year-old and they'll be like, hi, what gender are you? What? You don't know what gender you are? I'm a girl, but you look like a boy. Yeah, but I was born a girl. My mom knows. My mom's fucked up. My mom made me this way. She knew I was a boy, but I mean, she knew I was a girl, but her body was evil. She put me.
Nah, man. I mean, it's deeper than just. It's deeper than just the kids or the parent. Now it's like the whole system itself is turning into like school is not the same no more.
You used to think like just the, what was the American story about how kids got here?
What American story? How kids got here?
The stocks would fly the babies in their
mouths.
the
storks and
storks.
Yeah, they would come and drop the babies off in the front house.
Or the birds and the bees. Or they would say, I never know what that was about. Is the bee puts this pollen into the bird, but the flower's the one with the pollen. So that's like the crazy part. Like, the bees don't have pollen, the flowers have pollen. So it's really different.
Yeah.
So is the flower the male and the bee extracts the pollen, then it makes honey. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't even know. But when I was growing up, they told me, they were like, you were born and God gave you to us.
That's the simplest way.
That's as far as you're going to get, and figure the rest out. Figure the rest out. God gave you to us.
That's the simplest way to put it.
Yeah.
Shit.
And I was like, that's a lie. And I haven't seen where's all these other niggas coming from then. You know, you gotta give them a little sprinkle of lies so they kind of wake up. Like, no, what? And like you can't drench them in like the stock, the birds and the bees. You got Santa Claus, you got Tooth Fairy, you got Easter Bunny, you got fucking Halloween. You can't do that to a person. That's crazy. I think.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of fake life. Every 5 months is like a fake thing.
It's a fake thing.
St. Patrick's ain't even about St. Patrick's. What's it about being drunk? Didn't he get all rats from a city or something, St. Patrick? Like, what was the thing? Didn't he play a flute and that was the Pied Piper or some shit? Like,
what?
Wasn't that St. Patrick's?
Let's see. My wrist just locked.
And you get to like 29, 30, you know what I'm saying? You start that keyboard life.
Yeah.
She don't do that wrist training shit.
Not as much.
You don't be cooking with the skillet in the crib either.
No, I don't.
You know, that keeps your wrist up to date. Keeps the wrist running as long as the skillet's running. I had an idea for the block. Everybody always be asking for grabba on the block. I was like, what if we had a hourglass that just had grabba in it? That would be lit.
What's the point of that?
It's cool. It's a novelty item.
Oh, novelty. Okay. There we go.
You know, like, you could ask me for grabba as long as this grabba thing is running out. Once this runs out, don't ask me for no more grabba, all right? It's clip for everybody.
All right. Patrick was born in Britain of a Romanian family, basically.
Where does it say that?
At age 16, he was torn by Irish...
Romanized?
Yeah, Romanized. Sheesh. He was torn by Irish raiders from the villa of his father and carried into slavery in Ireland. He spent 6 bleak years there as a herdsman, during which he turned forever to his faith. Upon dreaming that the ship in which... blah.
The best known passage.
No.
Carefully. Whoa, what did he do?
I don't know.
Oh, wait, what? Who is... No, just what did he do? Yeah.
He brought Christianity to his people.
Oh, that was it? I thought it was something with the mice. All right, but what? See, it ain't got nothing to do with the drinking.
No.
It ain't got nothing to do with the drinking.
And
he was Roman. Why is it an Irish thing, St. Patrick's?
Because he was held in slavery in Ireland.
Yeah, so why do Irish people drink like it's like their shit?
Irish.
No, but like how they drink like it's like an Irish holiday. Yeah, but it's not. They kidnapped them in Ireland. Yeah. Right? Like, that was it. Imagine you got kidnapped somewhere, they celebrate your shit. Like, hey, we got this nigga. Hey. You know, like how is this even celebrating St. Patrick's?
Right.
We're celebrating his kidnapping, right, at this point?
Essentially, drinking on St. Patrick's Day was a result of 2 combining forces: the day of reprieve from Lenten fasting and the indulgence of partying and celebration. But okay.
Seems like they kind of added that together. I feel like this was diluted over time, right? Like, this has to be diluted over time.
Yeah, it was initially celebrated with reverence and a sort of solemn quiet, and seen more as a religious holiday. See, that makes more sense if he was a slave.
And then
eventually,
marketing came.
It became a day that was celebrated with a feast. But it wasn't supposed to be.
It ain't even a feast no more, bro. It's just drinking at this point. Niggas don't even eat.
Okay. See,
that's what I'm saying. It's lies on top of lies on top of lies on top of lies on top of lies.
St. Patrick's Day fell towards the middle of Lent, but Catholics were given a 1-day reprieve from the usual fasting and discipline of the season and were allowed to indulge. Okay, so basically, technically, you're supposed to be living your life very reserved, no drinking, you know? And then on that one day, you're allowed.
But why? He got kidnapped.
Yeah.
It make no sense. Yo, it made no sense. Why did they put the cross on a necklace?
On the you mean like the rosary?
Jesus never wore a cross. That was all of his shit was after he died anyway.
Yeah.
I just found out this out. He didn't do nothing in the book part. He didn't do no book part. Jesus didn't do the book, right? Yo, it was his disciples that did that, right?
Yeah, the disciples, yeah.
He didn't do none of that. It was after his death too, right?
I believe so. Don't quote me on that.
You can't even do nothing with these people in this country, bro. They have no loyalty to nothing. They don't know shit. This is what happens when you grow up with holidays on top of holidays in Jersey. You have no idea what your background culture, barely know what your country looked like if you saw
First
it in
of
a
all,
video.
if we want to get into background and culture, my ancestors did not.
I showed you a video of DR, of somebody in DR, and you didn't know it was DR.
Do I live in DR?
You don't know nothing about DR.
I haven't lived there like that. I only lived there for 1 year out of my whole life. And I was a kid. What am I going to remember?
Hybrids. You hybrids. You hybrids.
All right, moving on. I wanted to show you. All right, so you know Salt Bay and his restaurants or whatever?
Yes.
So he has this thing. I didn't know he has this thing where he feeds women his steak. And some girl went with her man, and he's like, no. Like, he just told him, nope, no, sir. Nope, we're not doing that. Oh, look, well, it passed already. Hold on, fuck.
At one of these restaurants. And just to give you guys an idea, for one person,
look, this is how he feeds.
Over $1,000.
Oh, wait, is he going to show it?
For a meal at one of these restaurants.
Oh, he's going to show it. They're going to show it.
I'm here to talk about Salt Bay feeding women at his restaurant. So there's a bunch of videos all over the place of Salt Bay actually, feeding women and them sitting there with their mouths wide open. And it's an interesting thing to see, right? You can imagine you take a girl out.
I don't even know if that's Salt Bay.
Put some meat in your girl's mouth.
I don't think that's Salt Bay.
You think it's a copy?
Yeah. I think that's what his thing with his restaurant is.
That'd be hilarious.
Like, it's enough to make people dressed up look like. So look, that's Salt Bay.
Yeah.
Not going to let that man feed me. No more wasting time. Let's get it.
Went to Salt Bay's restaurant, and my
Look.
fiancé was not going to let that man feed
He said no. He said, okay, bro.
All right, guys. So you guys saw the video.
This is what he does.
Salt Bay proceeded to do his regular routine, right? Runs up on your girl, puts the meat in her mouth. She opens up, embraces the meat in her mouth, and enjoys the meat in her mouth. But my man wasn't feeling it at all. I think it's fair to assume he didn't like that cop.
So, why did you bring this to my attention?
Oh, just because I thought it was like retarded and funny.
See what happens when you grow up with lies on top of lies on top of lies? I was talking about something important, and then we went to somebody saying no to Salt Bay trying to feed his girl steak, which seems like a normal thing. This guy want to show me like wind blowing in the park.
Welcome back to a different
All right, this is another one.
But this is fake.
Is it? I thought it was fake.
This is set up. This is set up. This is the thing for the girl that was like, oh, you brought McDonald's for my kid. Like, you gotta feed all my kids. You can't just feed one kid. And some people say even that was set up.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Yeah.
forget it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. See what happens on lies on top of
Can
lies
you
on top
stop?
of lies on top of lies.
Freaking! I saw an article about an LA Fitness of an employee that bashed a freaking member with a dumbbell in the head.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always dangerous.
Yep.
Because I've always thought about that, and like it's not a good idea ever to do that because you will catch heavy I think it's like crazy like assault with a weapon charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We turn out to a story you'll only see on the one and only. A man left severely injured after he was hit in the head by a barbell at the
Oh,
gym.
barbell.
Police
Never
are now
mind.
investigating. Local
That's
news
worse.
Buffalo is live in North Miami with the exclusive. Raj.
And let me tell you, we've been talking to North Miami.
Yo, Raj is on drugs. Let me tell you, the way his slurred speech is coming out, he's either been drinking
Yeah.
or he has some pain medication on him. That his back look like he's hurting right now.
He looks like he's in pain.
He looks like he looks drugged up.
Yeah.
Look at his eyes.
Yeah.
Miami police the entire day. They are taking this case. I tell you, we've been talking to North Miami police the entire day. They are taking this case very seriously. You certainly don't expect this. What a strange and bizarre story. You go to the gym and you're cracked.
You're cracked, bro. Yo, he's cracked.
Battery with the dumbbell. That's right. That's how the call went out. It happened at this LA.
Oh, but it wasn't. It was
off
actually the
Northeast
barbell. It wasn't the dumbbell.
123rd Street in North Miami. According to North Miami police, this guy was just working out.
See, this is before the drugs.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks different now.
I think he hurt his back in the gym.
Low key. Oh shit.
You said this is what, Florida, right? Yeah, that makes sense. That's about some Florida shit.
The injury is severe, say police. Gym goers shocked.
Something that cannot happen. You just have to be aware of your
She's so
surroundings
happy.
and be prepared, you know.
She's like,
That's
camera?
something that cannot happen in this country or
Florida. Florida Hispanics and something else. They're like, this is interesting.
But a day at the gym
Spice.
leads to serious injuries.
You know how Florida is all about attention, bro? They put the camera, they're like, oh, it's very bad. It's so bad. my hair
Yeah.
looking
So, anyways, yeah, that's about it. I freaking what did you want to talk about, Andrew Tate?
Oh. My thing was, Baba, what are you doing? Baba, can you give me my water bottle too? I'm kind of thirsty. Well, what are you doing, bro? Get out. So what's this guy's thing? Like, tell me about this guy, cause all I know is that he just has like a character he plays. So he don't do no pickup stuff for people or nothing. He doesn't offer like a pickup thing, or no, he don't.
What pickup thing?
Like no pickup stuff.
Like how to pick up girls?
Yeah.
Oh, he has like, he has his mentorship course and all that stuff. Like a lot of people do in that category.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, he rose to his wealth by first he started a webcam service where he would hire like girls basically.
Yeah.
And then he would tell them they were so bad at talking to men and knowing how to like scam them basically that he would be the one typing with his team and the girls would just pretend to be typing. So they weren't even talking to the girls the whole time. They're just talking to him and his team.
Yeah.
And they got like millions of dollars that way. And then one girl who ended up making him a lot of money she was being crazy. She like threw up. He kicked her out and then she called the cops on him. So then he got in trouble. This was in the UK. And then, they went and saw 100,000 pounds in cash and they took him in. So then he fled.
So these are just like stories he's made up and stuff. This doesn't sound like anything real, but yeah.
I mean, well, he does have, he did kickboxing for a couple of years and that's when he really started getting known. And then after that, he got out of that because it wasn't paying enough.
Is there any proof of his money or anything?
What do you mean proof? Like, how are you going to see proof of that?
I don't know. You could be able to tell. I mean,
but how? It's the internet. How can you tell if somebody has money or not? You don't know.
Just by how they show it off. Does he show off anything?
Yeah, he shows off everything.
Like what? I just know he just sits there shirtless.
Well, he's always showing off his cars and stuff.
Let me see what he flexes with. Let's see. Maybe his IG will probably, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's where you flex. 4 million. The Bugatti, boats, cars.
Party, dogs.
Eh. Maybe. Because he almost seems like the type of person, I could be wrong, but he's definitely not like a millionaire, I think, but like, he definitely seems like the person that's like, well, right now he could probably be making a lot of money. Right
well,
now.
yeah, no, his course, he generated like more than, I don't even know the fucking amount, it's crazy. But
I feel like he had a decent amount of money, and then it kind of reminds me of a Dan Bilzerian almost.
yeah, but Dan Bilzerian is a little bit more like whack with it.
Yeah, but at the same time, Dan Bilzerian wasn't really poor.
Like from the get-go?
Yeah, his dad was like an illegal fucking His dad was a whole criminal. That's why he was washing his dad's money.
Oh.
That was the thing with Dan Bilzerian.
This is his dad. He was a chess champion, and then his mom and his dad split up, and then his mom took him and his brother to the UK because she was British. And they split up, and then in the UK they lived in the projects. And then that's when he got into kickboxing to find a way out of the fucking, because it was really bad where he lived. And then that's how it started. But his dad used to train him when the family was together. His dad used to make him play chess and be crazy at it. So he was always training his mind, supposedly. I don't know.
Every time the intensity comes into his life, I'm like, bro, whose life was this intense? Nobody's.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, I feel like he does it better than a lot of these guys that try to do it.
Yeah.
So
he's definitely in a Muslim country.
He's in Romania. That's where he lives.
Oh.
Yeah. But he really loves the Muslims. He be like him. Oh, he did a haram video.
That's funny.
We need the will of God. We need Allah.
I'm fucking with him now.
This is haram. Ahmed, get some rocks. This bitch thinks she did nothing wrong. I'm gonna teach her a motherfucking lesson.
He's funny.
Yeah, so
I think
that's
it's
Andrew Tate. Yeah, nah, but that's why, I can see past all of it, but I was at the core, I get it. I'm yeah.
I like it. It's not too crazy.
Nah, it's it's very strategic, which is what I like about it.
Yeah.
It's not, and he says shit unintentionally to piss people off.
Of course, yeah. What else we got?
But yeah, I mean, that's all that's really been popping off, and you have the whole gorilla strain going around. I don't want to say it because I don't want to get
Oh, really? That's also demonetizing, or we're not even monetizing?
No, you get a flag or
for
some
that.
sort of, yeah.
Wow, that's
It's
crazy.
been going on, so you gotta say
my
keyword.
God,
No, the
that's
internet is getting really bad. You can't say shit no more. You can't say anything anymore. Everything, and this is the beginning of controlling speech.
I was watching an Immortal Technique podcast episode or interview or something, and he said that the U.S. was created in a mission it wasn't to be a melting pot, it was to be a country where you melt all the whites into one.
Whoa.
It kind of sounds legit.
I get
Italian,
it.
Irish. Before it was in Europe, so they would all beef and shit. Oh, he's Irish, he's that. But to unite the whites, you needed a spot that gets away from all of that. And then you get the immigrants to run the country too at the same time. So.
That's interesting. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's trippy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. When people are oh, the country was never founded. I'm that's exactly how it was founded. What are you talking about?
Oh, he also said the same. Oh, so speaking of that, he said, he said, we're beefing with Al Qaeda or Taliban in Afghanistan. Why do we beef with them? You tell me.
It's just power and control. It has nothing to do with it. And then it's also organized. All these countries are organized
No, but
too.
What do they say the Taliban do is bad?
They're saying that it's not, you need to enforce them. Well,
I don't know. What do the Taliban do that's bad in your head, as far as you know?
as far as I know, in terms of the media, that they oppress people, that they kill people, that they believe in a dictatorship.
And then America does what?
It does the same thing, but just
that's
undercover.
the thing. So here's what Immortal Technique said. He was like, "Ain't that the same roots of America? Ain't that what America was founded on?"
Yeah.
And it's are they scared that Afghanistan could become the next America? Is that what they're? Because it's you might that's just that rape, pillage, convert people to your religion and everything.
Yeah.
That's just the beginning phases of America too. So who knows where it would be if you let that shit if they get you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's just at the same time he said other things like not to support it, but obviously they're all the terrorist groups are bad and everything. But like he said the same thing about like I think Iraq or something where like
Yeah.
Saddam Hussein's son was his two sons were vicious, they were horrible, and they treated this bad, that bad. But now look at it. Before, when they were there, the country was still rising and coming up. Now people don't have food to eat. Everybody's raping and pillaging now. So instead of two bad people,
Now you
now the
have
whole country's
multiple.
destroyed.
Yeah.
So what was the better option? You know, and then it's like it's a lot of like America before was really like was open to a lot of immigrants coming in and out and then working and it kept the economy going and then they shut it down so they make it more expensive for people to get over
Come
here and
over.
harder to come over here because you give somebody something, let them eat off of that, get used to it, and then you take it away so they'll do it by any means necessary to eat and then you can catch them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, because still America needs that immigrant illegal labor to keep everything going. Like
Yeah.
you'll still find illegals everywhere and forever in America. It's not gonna stop.
Cause if they leave, this shit is shutting down, bro.
Yeah, but they don't want to leave either though. They know they don't want
Yeah.
to leave. They're like they know they're not gonna go. So it used to be a door open, but then they shut it down, and then they're like, "Oh, we know people are gonna find a way through it," and that's what they want people to do.
Right.
So it's more budget into capturing these people and this and that, and also this thing with like I think it was El Chapo, that they said that he wasn't even like the real leader behind it now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, now it's like he wasn't, bro. He was a fall guy. He was a guy who wanted fame. So they go, you want fame? Go. Get
yeah.
famous. Well, how is his family still rich? Somebody's supplying money to his family. So he
The
was.
real guy's probably still alive.
Yes, that's what it is. It's not the. So apparently the Sinaloa cartel was started in California. And then it made his roots back there. And then the guy was like a little fucking mango selling kid that made it into drug dealing. They were like, so you want to be fan? Fuck it. If you like dramas and all of this, go for it.
So the biggest thing came out of the U.S.
He was a middleman.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He was more like a middleman type of. The other people coming out and saying it too, that he wasn't. They were like, they just did that so, because once they said when El Chapo was locked up, that's when most drug trafficking happened. So they ranked it up even double.
Yeah, because the real guy was out.
Yeah.
And then they had the fall guy in, so then they knew that the ops would fall back.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. That's also really smart, but that's crazy.
Yeah, they did that. And it was also, More Technique was talking about, you always hear the phrase Colombian drug lord, but you never hear Peruvian drug lord.
Right.
And Peru moves the most cocaine out of all of South America.
Because they probably got...
They have a connection with the American military
Yeah,
base.
I was going to say.
There's a military connection there. So it just, all the coke gets dropped off in the military bases. So it's the most... You never hear it, you know what I'm saying? So that's why, because the armies are like this and shit.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting to hear.
Wow.
Yeah. When Afghanistan got invaded by America, I think poppy production doubled. When weed became legal in America, heroin doubled in Mexico.
Wow.
So it you see, like, it made things illegal so farmers can grow the weed and barely still make money off of it in like Mexico and all these countries, and they have to sell it off little ass money. And then once they made it legal in their country, there's no reason to buy it from them anymore. So they have to change what they're selling. So they have to go towards more on the heroin side already.
Right.
Because that's what's, so...
Not being supplied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
Crazy, man. Crazy times. I just feel like moving forward, it's just gonna get crazier. You know that, right? Like, shit's just really gonna...
Yeah, it just ramps up by
ramps
time,
up.
like time changes. But like, I mean, shit's always been crazy back in the day too. Things are always crazy. Crazy stuff is always happening. You just gotta adapt to it. People that don't adapt, that's where the shit really starts taking a downfall. But yeah.
Man, you can see yourself living in New York forever? Like, have you ever thought about anywhere else
I mean,
besides
yo,
New York?
look, to be
Because New York, bro, it's getting.
what?
Well, no, I just want to hear your thoughts. Actually, never mind about what I think.
Me personally, I mean, I like New York.
Okay.
If you, I mean, I can argue against a lot of states to live at, so
Yeah.
I don't really know. You know, like
Yeah.
you can tell me, like say it. You could try to do an argument about it.
All right, Texas. No, Florida.
Florida is pretty lit because it's real close to it, but at the same time, like you have like the cops are dicks over there. The court systems are all fucked up, and
But they're fucked up here too.
yeah, not like that over there. Over there is real fucked up.
Is
Over
it?
there they have vendettas like crazy. Over here, it's too many people to have vendettas about. It's too many people. You can't keep vendettas like it's
Yeah. Okay.
35 people getting caught every second. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not time for that. Over here they process and go. It might take
Yeah.
forever. Over there they got vendettas. They'll like my boy was doing some shit over there where dude like got arrested, changed his whole life around. Is good. Everything is good. He's still on probation, still going to court. And then they're like, oh yeah, we gotta hit him with like 5 years or 10 years out of nowhere. Like what the fuck are you doing? Like you just been letting him walk around this whole time, and like what do you? He's been this is a year in, 2 years, and now you want to give him years? It's just weird shit. Like
okay.
Florida got weird. I mean, the gun laws is cool, but at the same time, a lot of people in Florida get killed by guns because a lot of deals or a lot of people they'll be like, so you got a gun and I got a gun, and you try to kill me, and you try to rob me, and I pull my gun on you, and you shoot me, and I die. You can tell them that I tried to rob you.
Yeah.
And you killed me in self defense. It just
Yeah, no, yeah,
A lot of Florida's weird, bro. There's a lot of tweak. The heat is crazy. The heroin, people breaking in. Like Florida violence is a different type of violence. Like, it's like, and it's not tough if you deal with violence. It's not tough. It's like why would you want to be in violence, right? Like so, it's a lot of that. And I like New York because we're not willing to travel a lot. If you got beef with somebody in Brooklyn, you might as well forget about it. Unless you really, really have big beef with them. You know what I'm saying? You're never going to go there if you really... If you got beef, you're probably not even going to go to that hood anymore. Not even because you're pussy. Just like it's not even worth it to be over there. Like unless it's something worth it to be over there, you know? Yeah. So that's what I like about New York. You can Florida... it's cool and all, but at the same time, Florida, everything everywhere else closes at like fucking 7. Done. You clipped. You got gas stations.
That sucks.
And then Florida, you got shorties that look like they're like Instagram models, but they're homeless in real life.
That's wild, bro.
They live in a garbage can. Because it's all about the optics in Florida. It's all about the optics. So you live in a place where you're surrounded by fake people. Like over here, it's not that fake. It's more real.
It's more real.
It's cold. You ain't got time to play too many games. Keep it straightforward, everybody. So, it's that type of stuff.
Heard. Well, that's all I have on my end.
That's all you have for the States?
No, I didn't want to really go too crazy. I just want to hear your general thoughts on like why you like
just
New
go
York.
crazy in it?
Because it's not that interesting to me.
Interesting enough.
What about Arizona?
Hot desert. People don't. I like states. I don't like walking, but I want to be able to walk.
Yeah, no, I like walking.
Yeah,
too.
I want
a lot.
accessibility of like, if something happens to you here, you can still get home without like a cab or without money.
That's a
like
fact.
in New York, you can get from anywhere in New York to anywhere without money.
Yeah, no.
You could ask your way through it.
You
You could ask your way through it. There's so many bus drivers, so many things.
Yeah. You can even get through it without money. You can get food. Sometimes you keep going hitting delis and be like, bro, please.
People give you food, Sandwiches people don't order.
Yeah.
It's anything. You go to McDonald's and ask something. You go whatever. You'll find like there's so many things to hit on the way.
That's true.
On the way, there's a million fucking stores. So if you just ask one store and they W, that's on you.
Yeah.
There's just so many stores. They throw out so much food. It's just abundance of everything here.
Yeah.
You know what it is? That's what I like about New York. It's a crazy abundance of everything. I used to be a very solitude person. Like, I wanted to get away and all of that type of shit. Till, like, you got to go to Walmart, like, 9 o'clock and it's pitch black. It's fucking pitch black.
Holy moly.
Right? Like, that PA type of stuff. Like, what happened?
This dude with a suit walking down the block in the middle of the street. He looked like an op.
Nah, he's like one of those Jehovah's Witness type of motherfuckers.
With a name tag?
Yeah.
Why he walking like an op?
He just looked like he might be like desk security.
He looked like a character from Breaking Bad that was like an extra.
Yeah. Nah, he is a little young nigga though.
Oh, okay. He looked old when he was walking up.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
yeah. Anyways, that's what I
well,
got.
yeah,
Man, we got a
man.
good solid 40 minutes.
we ain't getting no rain this year. Rain like 3 days.
Oh, well,
It
I
rained
mean,
like
but the
3 days.
rainstorms were crazy though. It was like flooding.
Nah. You remember flooding when we got stuck over
Well, I
there?
don't know. I have a girlfriend in the Bronx and she lives in like one of those hilly areas.
That's the Bronx, man.
No,
They
it's
got
like the hilly areas where all the nice houses are.
Yeah.
And that time that it rained really hard, her street was flooded. Like her basement was
no
fucked.
drainage there.
They should. I
I
don't
know
know.
they got bad drainage in the Bronx. So there's always pictures of Bronx where the gutters are getting overflowing and all that type of
That's
shit. It's always going on in
crazy.
the Bronx. Yeah, they never fix that shit.
My goodness.
Yeah. That's also purposely done too. But on
Yeah.
that note, thank you for tuning in. Like,
is
comment,
Brew Breath.
subscribe. This is the Brew Breath Podcast, episode number 53. And we're out.